Hi, my name is Alyssa Sanders. As a parent, my job is to keep my children safe. When I think of how much safer I feel with my vaccine than I was without it, I realize that we have not provided this protection for our under 12 kids. We need to make masks mandatory in schools just until children have a reasonable opportunity to get the vaccine. We should put their safety first. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashley Labad. I am going on my 10th year of teaching in Palm Beach County, and I also have 2 students that are in elementary school. The reason I'm calling today is because I would like to request that you continue to keep it mask optional for next year. The reason I'm just saying that is because everything I've seen in my years of teaching shows that kids are full of immune systems when they go to school and they can handle it. I really would like you to give parents our option. If the kids want to wear a mask or their parents want to wear a mask, they can. Please continue to give us our parent rights. Thank you so much and have a good day.
My name is Damian Labar. I hate the mask. It gives my mom, she's a teacher, she gets headaches from the masks. I hate it because it itches. I can't breathe well. It itches my face, and it makes me sad.
My name is Kira Labad, and I don't like the mask because they make me sick a lot, and it itches so badly. And I'm sad because of that. And thank you. And thank you. Have a great day.
Hi, this comment is for the board meeting. My name is Stephanie Volek, and I have a son who's 7 years old with reactive airways, and this is regarding the COVID protocols in schools. He's going into 2nd grade this year, and I am put into a very, very, very hard position of choosing to do virtual school and not being able to work because his pediatrician has told me that he has to wear an N95 mask all day long and has to eat separately. His school is scheduled to eat in a cafeteria with no masks, no safety procedures whatsoever, and I can't send him. And now I'm put in a hard position to his school in Boca. At the same time, I spoke with my pediatrician this morning, and he said he's been reporting to the state and to the school board that he's had an explosion in COVID cases amongst children this week alone, and that some of them are very serious, particularly in kids with reactive airways asthma or with type 1 diabetes or any other metabolic disorder. So I'd really, really like your consideration. Please, 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 just masks in schools. Anything for me to have some kind of comfort in sending my son to school. Because at this point, I don't have an option. I know he's not going to be able to wear his N95 all day long in school with other kids not wearing theirs and without any kind of teacher or official oversight of that. I mean, they're not going to force him to wear it. I've even spoken with the teachers at the school and with the staff, and they're saying that they cannot enforce it by law. They're not enforcing anything. So I beg of you, please, please, please consider my son who has reactive airways. He's only 7. He's not eligible for any vaccine. He has no protections whatsoever. And I'm going to not work so that I can keep him at home and doing a Florida virtual school. If you need to contact me, my phone number is 954-646-1223. Again, my name is Stephanie, last name Volek. My son is going into 2nd grade, and he's a gifted student going into 2nd grade in Boca. Thank you so much for your consideration. Have a wonderful day.
This is Nicole DeFlorio. I am the parent of an 11-year-old in Wellington, and he's too young to be vaccinated, as we know. I'm calling to implore the school board and the leadership to protect our unvaccinated children. With the upsurge in COVID and Florida making up 20% of the new cases nationwide, and the American Academy of Pediatrics now recommending universal masking in schools, this board would be remiss to lift mask mandates in schools. Until the little ones can get vaccinated, they must be protected. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Krista Zweig, and I'm calling, I think, about a non-agenda item. I'm calling about the district's mask policy. I am begging, literally begging you to enforce a mask policy for this school year. Please, I'm begging you to listen to the CDC. I'm begging you to listen to the American Academy of Pediatrics or pediatricians who are saying that unvaccinated children should wear masks. And in schools where there are unvaccinated children mixed with vaccinated children, the vaccinated children need to wear masks too. The Delta variant is showing that it's spread by people who are vaccinated. Vaccinated people are getting sick, and they're passing it on to other people. My daughter, I want her to be able to start her first year of middle school as a normal student in school. We did all virtual last year. But I'm very, very, very concerned that people are going with politics instead of data. One dead child is not worth the re-election possibility for our governor. I feel like the only reason that there isn't a mask policy this year is because our governor has said so, and he's threatening to withhold funding for the schools. And that is not what decisions should be made from. Thank you for listening.
Hi, my name is Robert D'Antoni. I have a comment on the Bd3 and about the masking for students and no mandatory masking. I have two children, one in elementary school, Elbridge Gale, the other in Palm Beach Central, and I really want the mask mandate put back in place because the cases are running wild, and it's really dangerous for our students and the staff. No one knows who's vaccinated. The vaccination rate goes down, and the COVID cases are up. So it just makes sense to have the kids wear a mask all the time in school. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Robert D'Antoni, and I live in Wellington.
Hi, this is for item B3. No, I'm sorry, for item BD3, and this is just for the mask mandate. We are asking to please make mask mandate in order to protect the children. They are our responsibility, parents, grandparents' responsibility, and the community responsibility. They have no other protection for the masks, especially the kids that are 12 years under are not able to get vaccines. So please listen to the recommendation of kids wearing masks after 2 years old and make it mandated in order for the kids and the teachers and school staff to be safe and the community. It is essential. I'm sure you all have some buddy in the family that has kids, and you know how it feels to be sending kids to school without any kind of protection. So please listen to our request. I appreciate all your help. Thank you. And my name is Nuri D'Antoni from Wellington. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Heidi Rabinowitz. I am a teacher, or actually I'm the librarian, at a private school in Boca Raton that follows the lead of Palm Beach County schools. And I'm calling to urge you to ensure that all of our students and staff in the county will be masked this coming school year. The American Academy of Pediatrics has now called for all students and staff, everyone over the age of 2 years old, to be masked regardless of vaccination status. This is for our own safety. It is common sense, and it is extremely important that we follow this guideline to keep everyone safe. Thank you so much.
My name is Dana Wasinick-Mendez. I'm a resident of Palm Beach Gardens, and I'm leaving a comment for the July 21 board meeting, agenda topic BD3. Dear Superintendent and school board members, as you know, There have been some changes since you made the decision to make masks optional in our schools this year. COVID cases are on the rise due to the surge from the Delta variant. The CDC has recommended continued mask wearing for all unvaccinated, and the American Academy of Pediatrics has now officially recommended masks in schools for everyone over the age of 2, regardless of vaccination status. Last year, under your leadership, we minimized the impacts of this pandemic in our schools. My son is a student at Timber Trace Elementary School, where we only had 5 cases last year because of consistent enforcement of the well-informed policies that we had on COVID-19 safety. Your decisions for this upcoming year must be based on real scientific evidence and national guidelines, not in response to intense pressure from vocal, politically charged, and misinformed anti-masker, anti-vaxxers who refuse to acknowledge the risk that COVID poses to our community. There is no credible scientific evidence that mask wearing results in health issues. As of July 8th, 4 million children have tested positive for COVID in this country, and we added over 19,500 last week. Children used to only make up about 14% of the total cases. As of July 8th, 22% of reported cases that week were from children. We have to worry about multi-system inflammatory syndrome in children as well, which there have been 4,196 documented cases and 37 deaths. The Delta variant is highly contagious and has now become the dominant strain in the U.S. COVID cases are increasing in Florida and Palm Beach County, and our positive test rate is now almost 12%. In terms of affording protection to those who are unable to get vaccinated, like our kids, we haven't vaccinated enough people in our state, only 47.7%. And there's evidence that mask wearing greatly reduces COVID-19 transmission, and we've seen that in our schools. And our national leaders in health and medicine recommend that we continue to wear masks in schools. Please keep our children safe so we can keep our schools open. Please reinstate the mask wearing requirement in our schools until all children are eligible for and can act. Families who continue to assert that mask wearing is harmful to their children, contrary to all credible scientific evidence, can choose to participate.
My name is Pam Weisbrod. I'm speaking on agenda item BB.3. I'm a resident of Jupiter and a grandparent of 2 Lighthouse Elementary School students. I feel strongly that masks should be mandated in Palm Beach County Public Schools, not only for the protection of students, but of staff and the greater community at large. Given today's assessment by the American Academy of Pediatrics, the leading pediatric body in our country, stating that children of any age and any vaccine status should be wearing masks in school in the fall, and staff should also be wearing those masks, and the recommendation by the CDC that children remain masked, I believe that it's imperative that we follow the advice of the medical community and scientists. At the previous board meeting, information about a masking policy was brought forth that had no consideration as to the advice of the medical community or the scientific community regarding the spread of this virus and the new variants that have presented themselves in our community. Again, I strongly urge mandatory masking in Palm Beach County for all students and staff, as well as visitors who are on campus. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Janine Salamone. I'm probably calling about a non-agenda topic. I'm not sure what the agenda is, but I'm calling about health concerns with COVID policies that are not fully explained to parents. I'm not in favor of masks being optional. COVID positivity rate is well above the 5%. It should be no question that masks should be mandatory for non-vaccinated age groups. Elementary school is not in the vaccinated age group. My child is an elementary student, and I do not plan on having my child attend her zone public university or public. She's at Sunrise Park, the school. If masks are optional, masks are not rated to stop virus from coming through. Viruses are very small. I would expect that health concerns are addressed when making these policies. I don't understand how, with no virtual option, how quarantining is going to not have the kids behind. If there's positive cases, there's still quarantining needed to be done, since none of these children are vaccinated, and that's unexplained how that's going to occur with keeping the kids up to date being home if they've been exposed. I would hope these are addressed soon, school starting soon, and positivity's up. So I hope policies are changing because public health is priority. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cindy Kelly, and I'm calling on behalf of my 2 girls who attend public school there. We would like to keep the choice option, which means that it could be masked as optional, only optional, not mandated. I have one with asthma and I have another with sensory, and these kids don't need these masks. So please vote for optional masks only. Thank you.
Hello, school board members. Hi, my name is Yao Xu. My kids go to the Palm Beach Public Schools. Please mandate masks for all the students in the fall semester. We really have a big concern for the increasing COVID cases number and also the very pretty low vaccine rate. We believe we should protect our students and also our staff. Thank you very much. Bye.
My name is Michelle Clancy. I am a mother of 3 children that attend schools in Palm Beach County. This is in regards to the discussion related to the mask mandates for the upcoming school year, and I am very opposed to the school board forcing our children to continue to wear masks at school. The science does not support it, and it is essentially torture and unnecessary for our children to have to interact with others and attend school with masks when they are completely not necessary. I would ask that the school board please not force our children to wear masks. Let this be a parent decision, not a school board decision. Let the students and the parents decide on their own whether or not they want their children to wear masks, but there should not be something that is imposed on children within the county. Thank you.
Hello, this is Sarah Sanders, and I'm calling for board non-agenda item. I just wanted to clarify from a parent's perspective that we would like to keep masks optional. That's what's stated is going to be happening, but I'm concerned with the changeover in the superintendent and how the policies got in place, that might change. Parents need to know what to expect for the school year, and if masks are required, I do not want to send my child, so I want clarity that that's 100% going to be the case. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Michael Mitchell. I have 5 grandchildren in the district in school, and I think it's a burden on any one of them to have to wear a mask all day long. It's too confining, and it doesn't serve any purpose, as they don't even know if masks do any good with any of the viruses that are out there. From what they said, and they say it again, that people with the virus should wear it so they don't get the germs out there, but people that don't have it shouldn't have to wear a mask. And again, it's a burden to have to wear a mask all day in school. Thank you.
Hello, this is Bd3. I hope our school district can require masks for all the children in this coming semester. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Xueying Wan, and I am the parent of Palm Beach County Public School students at Dreyfus School. Please mandate masks for all the students in the fall. COVID cases are increased at an alarming rate, and we must protect our students and the staff. Thank you.
My first name is J-I-N-G, Jing. Last name is S-U-N. I'm Palm Beach resident. And I strongly recommend that we should have mandatory masks while in the school. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Samantha Gestel, and I'm a parent of 2 children in elementary school. I'm calling about board meeting agenda 3, I believe. Dr. Robinson wants to go back and look at the events of the school year, and basically I'm worried that because of the CDC and the American Academy of Pediatrics wants to recommend that kids 2+ should wear masks at school. I'm thinking that's what she is looking at, and I just want to make it clear that I think that you should keep it optional. If parents are concerned, they should have the option to have their kids wear masks, and then if parents don't want their kids to wear masks, they should have that option. I personally will pull my children out of public schools if they decide to do a mask mandate this year. I regret having to put my children through what I did last year. It breaks my heart. They wore a disgusting bacteria, snot, nasty cloth over their face for no reason. They're extremely low risk. We all know this. Just a nice statistic here for you for COVID deaths in children under the age of 18. Now, that's 75 million kids, 75 million children. And out of that 75 million children under the age of 18, 335 deaths. Okay? Just so you know, 809 kids died from pneumonia. So clearly, COVID is not a pandemic for children. So why are they the ones suffering with the masks? Now, I understand you want to say that for the teachers. Well, the teachers can get vaccinated. The teachers, you can get them an N95, okay? The teachers can quit. But the children, no, I'm sorry, but I think it's more fair to not have them suffer just because a teacher's scared, okay? You had a whole year. We're fine. There's been schools without masks. They were all fine. So I think you should keep it optional. I know that, I don't care about the cases because all I know is the hospitals are not overwhelmed, and I know that the COVID deaths are down. And I think it's silly with this Delta variant. It's not as deadly, and I feel like you guys are holding on to something, and I feel like you just need to let it go. Let the parents make the decision for their family. Let us make that decision. Make it optional. I appreciate it. I hope you do not make mask mandate again because I'll be gone. Have a nice day.
Yes. Good afternoon. I'm calling in regards to agenda item B as in boy, D as in David 3. My name is Melinda Morales, and I'm a parent of 2 children in the Palm Beach County public school system, one in the Jupiter Middle School and one in the Jupiter High School. I am asking that you please mandate masks for all students. The honor system does not work. What happens in the middle school when not all children, because of age, can't get vaccinated and there is no social distancing in place. I believe this is a setup for disaster. How are you going to protect all our children and employees when you're allowing for removal of protection? You were put in this position to speak and protect for our kids and all employees of the district. Again, please mandate masks. Thank you.
Yes, hello, good morning. I am calling in reference to the board meeting tomorrow on Wednesday, the 21st of July, and the item number is the masks for the school year, agenda item BB.3. And again, my name is Leanna Battles, and I would like to encourage you all to place the masks back into the school system and make them a requirement for the children and the teachers and staff to adhere to those guidelines, as well as social distancing guidelines that were in place last year. Given that a lot of our children are below age, they cannot get vaccinated, or other people have illnesses or diseases or genetic disorders that don't allow them to be vaccinated, and those people are also vulnerable. And masking and social distancing continued throughout the school year would benefit and help protect our children. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Dego Zhu, and I'm the parent of a PBC public school student. And my concern is that the pandemic situation now seems to be even worse with the Beta variant, and we can see the increase of the number, sharp increase in the last couple of days. And I really want the board could seriously consider the mandate the masks for all students in the fall. And this is very important that because we need to protect all our students and staff to be safe, and because all schools will be in person in this fall, right? So, and thank you, and I would really hope that you could consider the parents' consideration of this point. Thank you. Bye.
Hi, my name is Sherry Dabular. I have children at Jupiter High School, and I teach kindergarten in the school district. And I am calling about the mask mandates or the optional masks for the fall. I don't have an opinion either way, but I just wanted you to be aware that teaching kindergarten, the students are sneezing, and the mucus is coming out all over their face through the mask on the sides and the top, and they're constantly changing their masks. And it's difficult for the teacher to constantly be redirecting the mask wear. So I ask of you whether masks are optional, mandated, or not at all. If there could be a stricter protocol on students being sick at school. There were students in my class with sore throats, coughs, sneezing, diarrhea, throw up, and they all just stayed at school and came every day. So I just ask of you whether there's masks or no masks to be aware, and that when they are wearing a mask, all of this goes in the mask. Thank you for your time. Bye.
Hi, my name is Preeti Chamli, and I'm calling about the board meeting agenda item Bd3 about updating the school reopening plan. Towards the end of the school year, Superintendent Fenoy announced that masks would be made optional this coming school year, but that if anything changes, he reserves the right to change this policy. Well, things have changed. The Delta variant is raging through the unvaccinated, and this includes 100% of the elementary age children who have no option to get vaccinated. Will the board guarantee that these kids will not have long-term complications from COVID if they get it in school? Please listen to the mainstream, credible science that says that universal masking is the #1 step to take when spending time indoors to prevent COVID. This includes CDC, the American Academic
Academy of Pediatrics and your own health department, who are all advising that unvaccinated kids in school wear masks. Please stand up to the political pressure and do the right thing for our kids and make masks mandatory in elementary schools. 100% of those kids are unvaccinated. Please. Thank you.
Hi, this is Debbie Scanlon. Thank you so much for taking my call. I am a mom of 2 boys in the public school system. My youngest is not going to be vaccinated by fall because of his age, and I'm concerned about the Delta variant. I know at this point that masks are optional. However, I'm sure that there are teachers at schools that are not going to be vaccinated, and the safety protocols are not going to be in place where there'll be social distancing, and I'm concerned for my child. My older son is vaccinated, so I don't have as much of a concern for him, although I do know that he and other students can still get the virus. However, it's not going to affect them as much because they're vaccinated, which is why the vaccines work. So I would like to ask that you please enforce masks coming into this school season, at least until all children can be vaccinated, which at this point seems like it's going to be midwinter, and so all the children can be protected. And that is my hope, and thank you again for taking my phone call.
Hello, my name is Diana Manali. I have a kindergartner and first grader in the Palm Beach County school system, and I am calling because I wanted to express my voice and that I am against mandatory masks for kids at school. Last year, my kindergartner had a less than average kindergarten experience. It was a depressing year for her. There was a lack of friends being able to be made. She did not see her teacher smile. She constantly would tell me that she didn't know if her teacher was happy or sad, and that she did not know what her friends' faces looked like outside of school. These are little kids. They need to be able to play, to talk, and to breathe. And I believe that it should be a choice for the parents of whether they want their child to wear a mask in school or not. So I just wanted to express that again, that I am against a mandatory mask policy. Children should be able to go to school and live normal lives, and parents should be the ones to decide whether they feel comfortable with their child wearing a mask or not wearing a mask. In contrast, last year, my other daughter was in pre-K and did not wear a mask all year, not once. Her teachers did not wear a mask all year, not once. There were 0 cases of COVID in her class and maybe 3 cases of COVID on the entire school. It was a private school, went all the way up to high school, and very few cases. So that's my personal experience, and I just wanted to share that. And again, I hope the board listens to the parents, listens to families, and makes masks optional. Thank you.
My name is Katie Chandler, and I'm speaking on agenda item Bd3. I'm the parent of 2 children in the Palm Beach County School District, and I'm calling in today to implore that the school district rescind the mask policy and to make masks optional indefinitely. For reference, and to not be labeled as something that I am not, I'd like to clarify. I'm not against vaccines, nor am I against masks. I am pro-choice masking, and I have the right as a parent to make decisions for my children. It's concerning to me that in order to get an exemption from wearing a mask, a doctor's note and a medical reason is needed. Yet, the school board is requiring a medical device, a mask, without any consent from my child's physician. To my knowledge, not one health organization has completed any studies to determine if it is medically and or psychologically safe for children to be masked for extended periods of time. And if the school board, and more importantly, scientists and medical professionals cannot guarantee me that it's safe to keep my children in a mask for upwards of 7 hours, then you have no right to make it mandatory to keep a medical device on my children. We have both constitutional and parental rights. People have the right to allow their child to wear a mask should they choose, and I have the right to not force my child to wear one. If masks are not made optional from this point moving forward, I will be withdrawing my children from the district and taking my tax dollars with me. Thank you for your consideration.
Hi, my name is Cindy LaCourse-Blum, and I'm calling in regards to regular board meeting agenda BD3. I'm calling as a parent of a Palm Beach County middle school student that's just entering 6th grade, 11 years old, not able to get the vaccine. I'm calling to request that you go ahead and make masks required, at least for the grades of those that don't have the option to go and get a vaccine, which would be grade 6 and below. I know it's going to be stressful in the meeting because you have some people that are really against the masks, and I was going to be okay with just sending her in a mask because it's my choice, but now that we're dealing with this Delta virus or a variant and the numbers are so high, it would be absolutely irresponsible to put children in that environment that don't have the option to be vaccinated. And I think that you can easily fall back on the APA recommendations as well as the CDC's to say that in the indoor environment, especially when you know that there's people not vaccinated because they're not old enough to get vaccinated, that they need to be in a mask. I really hope that you listen to the parents and not the silent minority or the loud minority in regards to this issue. It's unfortunate that some people do feel that their children are being significantly impacted by having to wear a cloth over their mask. But in reality, if we're exposing them to the virus, then they can be threatened by their health and safety. So again, I just want to ask that you take the right approach, at least till our numbers are lesser of COVID Delta variants or just positivity cases, to go ahead and require masks in the classroom. Thank you. Bye.
My name is John Schmidt. I am speaking on board member meeting agenda item BD3. Simply put, I do not support children of any age being required to wear a mask. We are a nation of freedoms, therefore we should have the freedom of choice. We, as voters, have a school board to control and regulate the education of our children, period. The health of our children is our responsibility. For people that choose to wear a mask, that is their right of freedom to choose. I wish to have the same right. If masks are made mandatory, my son will not be attending school in the fall, nor will he be a part of virtual school. I will be homeschooling my son. I will ensure he has time to play and interact with other children. As a parent and a father, it is my responsibility to ensure the health and safety of my child. That will not be questioned or infringed. He will not be wearing a mask for 6+ hours a day. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kristen Azari, and I'm calling on agenda item BD3. I am the parent of 2 children in Palm Beach County Public Schools, one at Duncan Middle and another at Suncoast High School. And I'm calling to please urge you all to mandate masks for all students in the fall. And in accordance with the American Academy of Pediatrics recommendations that all students at schools over the age of 2 are masked for the fall. Our Delta variant cases are rising, and I currently know 4 people that have been vaccinated that currently have COVID, and one is actually very ill. I am very concerned for my children, and although they are vaccinated, I'm concerned that they will get the Delta variant. And I'm also concerned for the elementary school students who are unable to be vaccinated at this time. Thank you again for all that you do for the students, and I hope that you will follow the American Academy of Pediatrics recommendations in ensuring that all students are masked this fall. Thank you.
My name is Betty Amaret. I'm speaking on agenda item BD3. I'm a parent of 2 children, for now, who attend the Palm Beach County Public Schools. Normally I would be there in person. However, I am traveling this time out and therefore unable. I know the board wants to do the right thing. You know you want to do the right thing. I wish we could roll a slideshow of every beautiful, precious face that makes up the body of the Palm Beach County School District. Beautiful, precious faces that will be made to be obscured by, at best, a useless, at worst, dangerous policy. If the membership looked at each and every child in the eye, could they bring themselves to tell them they must be made to cover their faces again? Our children have been responsible citizens and have made sacrifices in the name of public health. It is now time for the district to turn its focus on both the physical and mental health needs of our kids. All we are asking is for the district to align its guidance for schools with that put forth for the general public, and maintain your promise to keep face coverings optional. I am confident you won't regret it, and you will be heroes to our children. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Moira Sorentru, and I am calling regarding masks for the students. I am the grandparent of the Palm Beach Public School students at Palm Beach Elementary. Please mandate masks for all the students in the fall. COVID cases are increasing at an alarming rate, and we must protect our students and staff. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Nicole Wall, and I'm speaking about School Board Meeting Agenda Item BD3. I am a mother of 2 children attending elementary school in Palm Beach County. It's my understanding that the school board is considering revoking its recent decision that masks would be optional for students during the upcoming school year. I respectfully request that the prior decision stand. The past school year was nearly unbearable for my young children, who were forced to wear masks for nearly 6 hours straight every day, including while outside in the 90-degree Florida heat. Most of us adults did not have to do that in our jobs and likely would have had a very hard time doing so, yet we required our children, who are rarely the ones contracting COVID anyway, to endure it. This was extremely uncomfortable for them, making it difficult for them to breathe and focus in school. And the masks were only half of the problem. The other half was the grossly subpar education that the children received as a result of the school district's decision to implement the dual learning model. Instead of simply having the families who desire the traditional in-person learning attend school in that manner, and having the families who preferred virtual school attend one of the various free virtual schools, Palm Beach County chose to require simultaneous teaching of in-person students and distance learning students, and to spend $20 million on laptops to facilitate this absurd plan. Not only was this a waste of an exorbitant amount of money, but such teaching model was a failure. For many children, including my daughter, this model translated to the students being put in front of their laptop screens for the majority of the day, learning very little and falling below grade level. Getting back to the mask issue as it pertains to the upcoming school year, teachers and staff have had the opportunity to obtain the COVID-19 vaccine. The governor has recommended against facial coverings in school in the fall, and the nation is on the other side of the pandemic. It's time for student mask mandates to end. Various summer camps have already gone maskless. My kids have attended a few different camps this summer, which have not required the children to wear masks, and there have been no COVID issues at any of these camps. In closing, school board members, you got it right this year.
a return to in-person traditional learning for those desiring it, optional mask wearing for the students, and Palm Beach virtual or Florida virtual school for those desiring online learning. Please continue to stay on the right path. Our children's education and academic success, and by extension our future, depends on it. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm calling to voice my opinions on board meeting agenda item BD3. I am a Palm Beach County school employee and a teacher in elementary school. My name is Laurie Grossman, and I'm calling because to voice my concerns over the optional mask policy that is in place for the upcoming school year. I'm worried about the safety of not only the staff members but our students because especially the elementary students, they are not able to get vaccinated at this time, especially with the current rise in COVID cases that the Delta variant has caused in our area. I'm sure other people will mention, the American Academy of Pediatrics is now recommending all children over the age of 2 wear masks when they go back to school, and as well as the CDC recommendations for mask wearing. One of my coworkers, who is a young, healthy, fully vaccinated person, was just diagnosed with the Delta variant and is now undergoing prednisone treatment to prevent her from getting pneumonia. And she is fully vaccinated. So I'm imploring you to mandate masks and distancing guidelines in our schools for at least the beginning of the school year. Thank you for your consideration and time.
Hello, my name is Karen Leader. I am speaking on BD3, and I want to reiterate the understanding that the coronavirus is an aggressively opportunistic pandemic that is transmitted through airborne contagion. That means that if we are surging through the Delta variant, we should again be putting in place the kinds of protective measures like masks and distancing and testing and contact tracing and aggressively trying to encourage everyone to get a vaccine that we can to protect our children. Instead, we are circulating disinformation. We are ignoring the fact that children already have to have vaccines for other aggressively opportunistic diseases like polio and smallpox. And we are bowing to a louder group of people who have come to believe that these measures are somehow challenging their freedom. Aggressively opportunistic airborne contagion. Coronavirus loves you if you refuse to admit that this is what it is. Thank you.
This comment is for the regular school board meeting on July 21st, 2021, for board discussion on school reopening plan. My name is Sijun Tan, and I'm the parent of 2 Palm Beach County public school students. As you may have known, all kids under the age of 12 are not eligible to receive COVID-19 vaccine at this point. Meanwhile, COVID cases are increasing at an alarming rate, and we must protect our students and staff. Please make masks mandatory for all students, especially elementary school students in the fall, to protect our kids, teachers, and staff. Again, please make masks mandatory for all students, especially elementary school students in the fall, to protect our kids, teachers, and staff. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Allison Negri. I am the parent of an incoming kindergartner. I am calling regarding agenda item BD3. I am urging you to please keep masks optional. This needs to be a parental decision, not a board mandate. These kids need to be kids. They need to learn. They need to learn how to speak. They need to learn how to hear. They need to learn emotional contagion. All of that is real. The numbers are going up. So what? The increased numbers do not impact, they're not indicative of increased hospitalizations of kids. They're not indicative of any increased deaths. They are not the super spreaders, these kids. These kids need to be kids, and the parents need to be able to make the decisions for their children, not you guys. That's it. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Megan Markika. I'm calling with regards to hopefully a mask mandate in all K through 12 schools for school opening in August. I am a teacher in Palm Beach County Schools as well as a parent of 2 elementary age students. We have been wearing masks since all of this started. We still do, even though my husband and I are both vaccinated, because we feel that that's what's safest for our children at this time. And we believe that all students should be protected from adults and from each other by wearing masks until they have the opportunity to be vaccinated and kept safe through those means. So at this time, we would like the school board to consider a mandatory mask mandate until all students of all ages have the opportunity to be vaccinated and protected. Thank you so much.
Yes, hi. My name is Dr. Adriana Natoli. I am calling on a board meeting agenda issue. The issue is the upcoming school year and the optional mask policy. I'm calling as a concerned parent of a 4th grader returning to school for the first time since we went virtual, and also as a health professional. When you made the announcement back in May regarding the optional mask policy, I was shocked, but I understood that this was a very emotionally charged issue, that there were many parents that were on the opposite side of the fence and felt that masks should be lifted. And at the time, COVID-19 positivity rates, caseloads, and hospitalization were low in Palm Beach County and statewide. But I recall that the announcement included a statement that it was subject to change based on community transmission rates closer to the school year. Well, here we are. COVID-19 cases, hospitalization rates, and positivity rates statewide are increasing at alarming rates due to the highly contagious Delta variant. In addition, we now have multiple guidelines that have been published addressing in-person instruction and masking in schools. The CDC guidelines for in-person instruction were very clear that children who are unvaccinated should continue wearing masks indoors, and that mitigation strategies should be lifted one at a time, keeping in mind the community infection and positivity rates. Florida has one of the highest community infection and positivity rates in the country right now. In addition, the American Academy of Pediatrics issued guidelines this Monday recommending universal masking indoors for all children aged 2 or greater, regardless of vaccination status. So our school district's policy for optional masking is not in line with these recommendations and puts the health and safety of our children at risk. You must consider your policy regarding optional masks indoors, particularly for our young and unvaccinated elementary school children who may be particularly vulnerable to the Delta variant, which is now accounting for over 85% of our cases. You must also consider not only the toll outbreaks in our schools can have on our children's health and well-being, but also the disruption that it can cause to in-person learning, which I think most of us share as a goal. We want our children to get back to in-person learning, but we want them to do it in a safe environment. The best chance that we have at successfully is to keep effective mitigation strategies in place. Please reconsider your policy, and please know that we appreciate all your hard work and dedication.
Hi, I'm here to speak about the Bd3 Update School Reopening Plan. My name is Michelle Mitchell. We, the parents, are requesting to keep the mask optional in our schools for the upcoming 2021-2022 school year. Children should be allowed to breathe fresh air. We, the parents, should be the ones making decisions regarding the safety and well-being for our children. As parents, we're seeing negative effects on our children every day, including headaches, breathing issues, fearfulness, anxiety, depression, allergy symptoms, asthmatic symptoms, social problems, and psychological damage. We are taking a stand for the mental, physical, emotional, and social well-being of our children. The liability for the damage these masks are inflicting on our children lies solely in our hands, yet we are left with no voice in these decisions. It is well documented that children are at no risk for serious complications from COVID-19, even lower than yearly flu. The presence of a virus that barely affects kids is no reason to remove a parent's choice, especially now that most teachers have been vaccinated. Thank you.
My name is Jenna Lee Bolin. I'm calling regarding Agenda Bd3. I'm calling to say that I do not believe that students should have to wear masks. I believe it should be optional and for the parents to decide. And they wore them all year last year, had a difficult year with not being able to play together, not being able to just be kids. And there were not that many cases and not that much disturbance to the school year that I believe it should be optional this year. And I just believe that everyone should be given a choice. People that want to wear masks and feel more comfortable wearing them, then they should be able to, but it should not be required. Thank you.
Hello, this is Allison O'Kell calling regarding agenda item BD3. I currently have 2 students enrolled in the Palm Beach County School District, and I am asking that masks be masks be optional for those who want them optional. If someone feels the need to wear a mask, please let them wear a mask, but please give our children the choice to wear a mask this next school year. It's detrimental for my child to wear a mask, and it doesn't do them any good, and they have a hard time with their breathing, focusing, and I really want it to be an option that they can choose to wear a mask or to not wear a mask. Please keep the mask situation optional for all students. Thank you.
Hi, this is Jamie Sanders calling about board member topic number 19, BD3, the opening plan of the school. I'm concerned because we were told as parents that kids would have the option for masks, and it appears that we're trying to rediscuss this topic, and people have already made plans for the school year. They have made decisions what they're going to do based on this information, and to change it would be devastating to those parents that just want to have the option. The summer camps have all been without masks. The percentage rate for kids to have infection is beyond low, especially in elementary students. And the mask is gross. It's filled with bacteria. It inhibits learning, especially for special education students who cannot read the mouth and connect and interact with people. And I'm hoping that you do not change the mask policy, but leave it optional so parents that want to wear it with their kids can, and people who don't have to. There are plenty of events that all of you have been at that people are masked and unmasked, and you have the option to do so. So please leave that open for our children.
Hello, my name is Christina. I am a parent of a 5-year-old kindergarten student. I'm calling in regards to a board meeting to speak about mask mandates. I understand that many students above 12 years old are able to get their vaccine, and that is wonderful. But unfortunately, children under 12 are still unprotected by a vaccine. So I feel that it's extremely important that mask mandates still be in effect for elementary schools or just children under 12 years old. They don't have the option to get the vaccine if they want to. They should have protections in other ways. So I feel that for children above 12, if the mask mandate wants to be optional, that is a great alternative. They have access to the vaccine. They can surely get their vaccine. So it can be optional for them to wear a mask or not. But in the case of the younger children under 12 years old, I feel that a mask mandate should be in place. Those cases are rising. I understand when the decision was made earlier in the year to not continue the mask mandate in the schools for the new school year. The cases were dropping. Everything was looking wonderful. We were headed in the right direction. Unfortunately, we are no longer headed in the right direction. The variants are becoming stronger, and we just want to keep our children safe, not just my own, but all the other children. I feel that it is extremely important that we continue this mask mandate for the new school year for children under 12 years old, and for the employees that are in these schools where children cannot be unvaccinated. I thank you for your time, for listening, for understanding. We're just concerned parents wanting to protect our children. Not only do I have a 5-year-old son going into kindergarten, I also have a 1-year-old that I need to protect. So we just, want to implement this mask mandate for those children that cannot get vaccinated. Once again, thank you for listening, understanding, and just please reconsider this mask mandate. It's extremely important we protect our children. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Barbara Tigliano. I live in Lake Worth, and I have a grandson who has autism and is in the Palm Beach School for Autism. Okay, and he does wear his mask to school. However, with the starting of school and this variant that's going on, this COVID variant, okay, I really believe that we need to have the kids masked for their safety, okay, along with the community safety. The numbers are going up. We should be doing everything we can to protect everyone. I know there are many anti-vaxxers out there. I don't really care about them because they're not caring about us. Please, I'm calling on Bd3, the board meeting that you're having this afternoon, okay, and the agenda item. We really need to keep the kids protected, okay? They don't have the vaccines yet. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Glenn Tabanco, and I'm requesting that you reconsider your policy for optional masking in the Palm Beach County schools. It really goes against what the national health agencies like the CDC and the American Association of Pediatrics are recommending in their guidelines for in-person learning, and it is frankly not based on science. And I understand that this is an emotionally charged issue that we entrust you as the school board to make decisions based on science and facts and with the health and safety of our children in mind. With COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations, and the positivity rates climbing at an alarming rate statewide due to the Delta variant, and in part due to lifting mask mandates too soon. We are really getting a morbid glimpse to what can happen in our schools if we remove this very effective mitigation strategy too early. And while there is widespread transmission going on right now, and we all want our children to get back to in-person learning, but we must do so, I think, with in mind their health and safety as our top priorities. So I encourage you as school board members and council to please reinstate the mask mandates indoors in our schools, at the very least for our elementary school children who are still not even eligible to be vaccinated at this time, and likely won't happen until probably next year. Thanks for your consideration. Bye-bye.
Good afternoon, board members. My name is Michelle Banks. I have a student in Jupiter, Florida, and I wanted to leave my very concerned message and actually plead with you to please reconsider the mandate on masks. This is something that really needs to be required just based on the American Pediatrics statement that they put out a few days ago about masks needing to be worn for children. This is such an important move for our public schools. This will really help with the health of our overall communities. We need to ensure that our children are safe. We have no idea what receiving COVID will do to them within 10 years from now, and we need to make sure that they are safe. We have plenty of high-risk families within our community whose children need to go to school, who need that social interaction. And, we're able to do that safely this past school year and need to be able to continue doing that. So I urge you, I plead with you to please make this a requirement so that it makes it easy on everyone. It's a no-brainer, wearing masks, making it required. That way it takes the decision out. It takes out possibilities of bullying. It takes out the potentials of kids feeling left out. It really makes it like uniforms, being able to be uniformed with your whole class, making sure everybody's safe, and ensuring that any unvaccinated adults do not, give the virus to any children as well. Even though we are not seeing a heavy caseload in kids, it's still, giving them complications. We still don't know what could happen. So I urge you, I plead with you to please make this a requirement, help all of us parents be able to feel safe, and that we can send our children to be able to receive their education and not have to worry about them also getting sick or even bringing it home to their younger siblings who also are not vaccinated. If you can please take a look at the data, look at the American Pediatrics article, and please reconsider this. Just make it easy for all parents. There will not be a fight if you make it mandatory, and everyone will be safe in that way. I urge you, I plead with you to consider that, and I thank you so much for your time.
Hello, my name is Hui Shi, and my child is in Palm Beach County Public School, and I think masks should be still required for the kids to go to school in fall. I'm thinking about the situation of the Delta variant, so I support the mask policy for school. And thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Linda Stefancic. I am a teacher in the Palm Beach County School District. I've worked for 34 years. I am speaking on agenda item BD3. I really think the school board needs to look at the mask mandate being in place for the start of school. I work in a pre-K ESE classroom, and last year I had several children who were either exposed or had COVID, and that's with a mask. I am fully vaccinated, and I'm still going to wear a mask. I have health issues, and I am very concerned. I think the school board needs to listen to the teachers who are in the classroom with these children. I understand parents have views and rights also, but Palm Beach County, let's listen to our teachers. We are really concerned about this Delta variant and how it's spreading, and especially in children. And these children that are not going to wear masks, they could be coming from homes where the parents aren't vaccinated and are not wearing masks. So please, please, please consider the teachers and our concerns for our health and our safety in the classrooms. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Anastasia Chandler. I'm calling to leave a comment for the regular board meeting in reference to the new back-to-school instructional plan regarding COVID protocols. I have major concerns about the COVID protocols being reduced with the amount of Delta variants that are now surging through Florida, both in vaccinated and unvaccinated people. I believe that masks should be required if there is no way to guarantee that people have already had the vaccination. I also am concerned because there is now no option for any student or staff member that is exposed to the vaccine and still has to do the 10 to 14-day quarantine because they now don't have a virtual option. I think that the two policies of not requiring masks and not offering a virtual option for quarantine time are going to wreak havoc on our school system this year. And I believe that they both should be reconsidered strongly, and am supporting masking and offering some kind of other option for students and staff that need to quarantine for a long 2-week period. Thank you so much.
I am calling about agenda item Bd3 regarding masks. My name is Stacy County. I'm a registered nurse with 2 elementary-age children in District 6. I vehemently oppose mandating masks in schools. Only 1.7% of all COVID cases in the U.S. were kids under 18. Kids also have a 99.998% recovery rate with no treatment. We know that this virus does not affect children. In fact, most of the time the transmission was from adult to child. And now that the vaccine is readily available for adults, there is no reason to force masks on children. This decision to wear masks is that of the parent only. You board members have no right to dictate what covers my children's face and mouth, especially when there is zero science that proves masks benefit kids, but mounting evidence that shows masks actually harm them. Parental choice is the only option here. I know what is best for my children. With all due respect, back off and let me do my job as a parent.
My name is Julia Sanderson. I am calling to comment on agenda item Bd3 regarding the reopening plan. I am aware that the State Department of Education and the governor have threatened to cut school district funding if masks are mandated. However, over the past 18 months, both of these branches of our state government have demonstrated that they do not follow scientific and medical advice from the prevailing public health guidance and studies. I urge each of you on the board and Dr. Fenoy to stand up for the greater good and do what is right and necessary rather than kowtowing to those who both deny science and promote unhinged and unfounded conspiracy theories that they've found on social media. While those who have repeatedly appeared at school board meetings to protest wearing masks and even vaccinations are decidedly loud and annoying, they are categorically and unequivocally wrong. Please listen to the actual health experts, infectious disease specialists, epidemiologists, public health experts, and the American Academy of Pediatrics. Not parents who apparently want their children in schools, but who do not seem to want their children taught how science works. School children and adults in Asian countries have been wearing masks for decades to prevent the spread of colds and diseases and even allergy prevention measures without negative health impacts. It is done as a matter of course and as a demonstration of community, something that we sorely lack here. The primary duty of the school board is to promote the education of our children, and science is one of the key pillars of education, as evidenced by the emphasis on STEM education for some time now, science being the first part of that acronym. We all need to wear masks and to vaccinate to help prevent and mitigate the spread of this virus. The mask optional policy currently adopted by the school district flies in the face of advice put forward by an overwhelming majority of scientific evidence and threatens the health and well-being of the students and workers within the school district as well as residents. This is another duty of the school district to ensure the safety and welfare of our students and our teachers and staff. In closing, the mask policy of Palm Beach School District must be changed to make mask wearing mandatory until we can get at least 70% of individuals vaccinated and until we can get children under 12 vaccinated, which will not happen at least until midwinter. There is no empirically proven basis to support that wearing a mask is harmful in any way to individuals. Please do not listen to people who have been grossly misled by dangerous misinformation and propaganda spread by unscientific sources. I implore you, make masks mandatory for returning to school in the fall. Thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Tana Crawford, and I'm speaking on agenda item BD3. I have 2 children in the Palm Beach County school system, and I am in full support for leaving masks optional for the school year. I think it is important to state that I am not anti-mask. I'm pro-choice. To me, this is very simple. I don't understand why there is so much arguing back and forth. Parents that feel more comfortable sending their kids in masks to school should be able to do so. And parents like myself that believe covering a child's nose and mouth for more than 6 hours a day is harmful to their health should have the choice to send their kids with no mask. Everyone wins this way. You already promised a normal school year. Please do not reinstate the mask mandate again. You're going to ruin the spirits of these children who are so excited to return to school for a normal school year. Please do not go back on your word. The children deserve better. As a parent, I cannot in good conscience put my child back in a mask when it comes to school. And unfortunately, if you decide to go back on your word, I will have to withdraw my 2 children from the school system. I hope you make the right choice in leaving things the way that they are and to keep masks optional for the school year. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Good morning. My name is Shannon Carroll. I am a parent starting kindergarten at Sunrise Park Elementary in Palm Beach County Public Schools. I am calling about topic BD3, which is the mask mandate, and I am requesting to please allow our children to have a normal school year and have the masks be optional. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Karen Katz. I live in Boca Raton. I am deeply concerned for our youngest students in our school system. As we all know, COVID-19 cases are surging in our area. We've even made the national news. We're having the highest rates. Currently, very young children cannot be vaccinated. Our youngest cannot be vaccinated. Elementary school children cannot be vaccinated, and they are at deep risk. Masks are necessary in the school system until they can be vaccinated. We are using them as canaries in the coal mine to get sick, and who else can get sick? The vulnerable people with autoimmune disorders in the school system. Until all school-age children can be vaccinated, it makes sense, scientific sense, for masks to continue to be used in all of our schools. Until that happens, we are putting our children at risk. Thank you. Karen Katz, Boca Raton.
Who is it?
Hello, my name is Jenny Wang, and I am a parent of PBC public school student at Verde Middle School. Please mandate all the masks for the students in the fall semester because Florida's vaccination rate is not compared to the rest of the states, and a lot of the kids are not eligible for vaccination because they are not reaching 12 yet, especially for the 6th graders. The COVID cases are increasing, and please protect our students and staff because the students are already used to wearing the masks. It's not a big deal for them. Thank you so much for your consideration. Have a great day.
Board members, today I would like to talk about something that is on your agenda for the regular board meeting. It is item Bd3, which concerns the wearing of masks in classrooms when the school starts again. My name is Gary Baxley. I am a previous teacher in the Palm Beach County School District, and I am highly concerned that our teachers and students are going to be exposed to the Delta variant, which is now in our area, and I am very concerned for the health and safety of all individuals in our school district. I believe that it is wise for masks to be worn and mandated to be worn inside to ensure the safety of all individuals. I believe that this is prudent and less expensive than having to place many air purifiers in each of the rooms across our school district. It is important that you understand that it is so much less expensive to treat this virus in this safe way than to allow it to spread and close down our schools in the coming season. Thank you for your time and the opportunity to speak on this matter. Goodbye.
Hi, I'm calling about the school board meeting, agenda BD3 on masks. My name is Melissa Maitland, and I'm calling for optional masks. I am a parent of 2 young kids in the school district, a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. My 4-year-old started school when he was 3 due to not speaking, and it was really hard sending him to school masked up and everyone masked up and not even able to walk into class, just kind of letting him out the door. It was really hard, and I feel that his speech could greatly improve without the mask. He needs to see people's faces, and they need to see his face to see that he's pronouncing them correctly. Both my kids are in speech. My older kid did get to wear a mask where you could see his face. I'm not sure why they didn't do that with the younger ones. But right now, everywhere out in the community is optional masks, and everyone seems to be coexisting. If you want to wear a mask, you do, and if you don't, you don't. Theme parks, childhood centers, malls, supermarkets, everywhere seems to be that way, and I feel the school should also continue that just to keep everyone happy. If masks are mandated again, I think you need to bring back distance learning because not all kids can wear masks due to sensory issues and etc. I would like you guys to keep the ruling that you guys set last time that masks will be optional, and I think that way everyone is happy, and I think we can start school off on a great foot, and I think everyone will be happy with that decision. Thank you very much for your time.
This is Gay Dido. I am calling and begging you to make masks not mandatory for this coming school year. That's my full message.
Hi, my name is Susan So, and I have children in the Palm Beach County school system, and I'm calling in regards to the agenda
number BD3 regarding the school reopening plan. I would like to let you know that, and I'm sure you know of, the Delta variant has been spreading rapidly, and you should really take a note of it. Last time I have left a message that you should come up with a better plan, the reopening plan, and now the American Pediatrician and CDC guidelines also recommended masks should be worn indoors by all individuals over 2, and social distancing, and a list of screening, ventilation, hand washing. So I beg you, please come up with a better plan and change the mask being optional when school reopens this fall. It's for the safety for our children and the safety for everyone. And my children are not eligible to get vaccine, and that's not fair to everyone. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Adams. I am not anti-mask. I am pro-choice masking. We have rights, and they need to be heard. Last year, I had 3 children attending public school. I will also have 3 children attending public school this year. Last year, they had rashes around their mouths and had very hard times breathing. And when asked to get some space to where they can breathe, they were told they couldn't take their masks off at all. Even during lunch, my high school student got detention several times because he had his mask off during lunchtime while he was eating. Please, please let our children have optional rights this year to decide whether if they want to wear their mask or not. Leave it up to the parents to decide what's best for their children. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Matthew Busili. I'm speaking on behalf of the Bd3 agenda item. I feel that masks optional will be the only clear way to appease everyone. Everywhere I go, people are wearing masks and people are not wearing masks. Everybody's getting along. There are no problems with the masked people and the unmasked people. Our schools and our children should not be treated any differently. Children have a very low chance of spreading COVID-19 to anybody else. That's what the data shows us. The vaccines do not seem to be highly effective. So to say you're going to mask children in local newspapers anonymously as board members is a threat to parents. It's not fair to try to mask our children again. Mask optional and practicing sanitary behaviors is the way we can help our children the most, how we can make them healthy and have effective, happy childhoods. Please keep masks optional.
Hello, everyone. The agenda topic today is BD3. My name is Alexis Franklin. Unfortunately, I cannot be at the meeting in person today, but still wanted my voice to be heard as a member of the community, a concerned parent, aunt, and sister. I have a child entering kindergarten, a niece entering high school, and a sister who is a teacher. I know I certainly hoped, as I'm sure all of you did, that the coronavirus would not be a topic of the upcoming school year, but unfortunately it is. Recently, the CDC and American Academy of Pediatrics recommended all school children wear masks indoors regardless of vaccination status. We all know that children under 12 cannot get the vaccine at this time. We also know that the virus can still be contracted and spread even after being fully vaccinated. Therefore, nothing has changed for children from last school year when mask mandates were in place. We all know school is the best place for our children to learn, and that social distancing is not very feasible in school. Masks are the most simple, cost-effective way to keep our kids in school safely. Unfortunately, our children and all of us have gotten very used to wearing the masks over the past year and a half since the pandemic broke out. Many teachers who are in the classroom with the children all day repeatedly say how the children do not mind the masks. They are just happy to be in school with other kids. It's a sense of normality for them. It's the parents who mind. So please, let's not make this a political view. Let's just keep it a public health concern. When the current plan for masks to be optional for this upcoming school year was set, COVID was on the decline and the variants were not present. So today, I ask the hardworking school board of the great school district of Palm Beach County to please keep our kids safe in school and mandate masks while inside or unable to social distance. The teachers, students, parents, administration, and you, the school board, have worked so hard last year to keep everyone healthy and safe. We could do it again this year. I know you can't make everyone happy, and everybody has different opinions, especially with this topic. However, keeping our kids and teachers safe is the number one priority. We've come this far. Let's come together and keep it going to get to the finish line of this virus. I hope as the virus gets better, we can all go back to life as we knew it before COVID. But until then, please, let's just play it safe. I thank you for your time and consideration with this very important matter.
Hi, my name is Satu Oksanen, and I'm a parent of a Palm Beach County public school student at both Lake Worth Middle and North Grade Elementary. Please, please, mandate masks for all students in the fall. COVID cases are increasing at an alarming rate, and we must protect our students and staff. This call is in regards to Bd3 agenda item. Thank you.
Yes, I am calling in reference to Bd3. My name is Susan Pankratz. I have 3 children in the Palm Beach County system, and I do not want masks mandated. They need to be optional. Children are the least likely to get this silly, insane, quote, virus. They are little. They need to be treated as children. They need to have a normal life. They've already had their lives ruined for 18, 19 months now. Enough is enough. These children need to be allowed to have freedom and not live in fear. I am tired of this mask flip-flopping nonsense. No masks need to be required. Furthermore, if for some reason people cannot come to agreement in this, then we will be pulling our children out and we will be homeschooling them, which means less tax dollars for the public school system. Better think twice and better realize that the severity of this issue is not going to go away. Parents are fed up. We're sick and tired of this crud. These children need to have freedom. We live in America. We don't wear masks for anything else. They've worn them enough. They need to be able to breathe. Kids pass out. They get sick. They get headaches. They're living in fear. They need to be allowed to be children. Therefore, need to be optional, not a mandated mask. Thank you.
Yes, hi, this is Jason Anthony, proud parent of 2 children who are soon to enter the Palm Beach County School District, calling in today about agenda item BD3. We need to get back to the facts. The data has been in for a while now, both here and abroad in other countries. The kids are not at great risk with this virus, and they are not big spreaders of it either. The death rate for children is less than that of the seasonal flu, and it has become increasingly evident that the risks far outweigh the benefits of wearing the mask for the kids. The toll that it takes on them physically, emotionally, psychologically, the quality of education goes down, the quality of speech goes down, and the list goes on. Some of these kids will be masked up for more than 10 hours a day. 10 hours a day. Think about that. Do you all wear a mask for 10 hours a day? This is insane. So at some point we have to start asking the question, what is this really all about then? Because it's becoming increasingly clear that it's not about the kids anymore. Our kids are not little masked robots running around in a totalitarian regime to be controlled by the school boards. It doesn't sound like the freedom that we all cherish here in America. It's time to stop living in fear, and it's time to unmask our kids. So let's get it done. Oh, and by the way, our classroom should never be the place where our children are learning that the color of their skin matters more than the content of their character, or learning that group identity is more important than individual identity, or that you have to fight discrimination with more discrimination, or that life is simply a power struggle between the oppressor and the oppressed. It's the opposite of what Martin Luther King Jr. stood for, and slapping a different name on it doesn't change anything. It's still wrong, and you all know it. It's been tried in other countries and has failed every time. So let's put that to bed once and for all as well. Thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Colleen Santucci, and I'm calling in regard to Bd3 about the children wearing masks when school starts in the fall. I'm against it. I feel like it's dangerous for the children to breathe in their own carbon monoxide, and we certainly hope that in this coming school year, the children will not have to wear masks in Palm Beach County. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Leslie Candell. I'm calling on agenda item BD3. COVID cases are rising in our community. Unfortunately, the adults in our community have not been as responsible as we had hoped. If more adults had gotten vaccinated, we wouldn't have as many cases in our community and our children would be safer. I don't think we can responsibly send our under 12-year-old kids who have no option to get vaccinated back to school without masks. Even if my 10-year-old wears one, as we know, if the rest of his class isn't wearing one, it's a moot point. What happens when there's a case in the class? Will the entire class quarantine? Will we be expected to just send our kids back and take our chances that they don't get COVID? The Delta variant is making the virus even more virulent than what we were worried about last year. And our best defense, masks, is being taken away from us. Please do not allow the anti-mask, anti-vaccine community win against science. I was horrified when the decision was made before school let out in the spring that masks would be optional in the fall, and I'm even more horrified now as I see the cases rising. These fanatical parents are threatening to pull their kids out of the Palm Beach County schools. Let them pull their kids out of the schools. It will be safer for the rest of us, the quieter majority who are trying to do the responsible thing. You have no greater duty than protecting our children. Please do not let a vocal minority influence you to put our children in harm's way. Follow the CDC guidance, which includes requiring masks of unvaccinated children in schools. Thank you for your time.
Hi, my name is Nancy Gonzalez. I would like to leave a comment about updating the COVID safety guidelines in school. I'm a parent of twin first graders in Jupiter, and I'm concerned that our district is not adhering to either the CDC or the new American Academy of Pediatrics COVID guidelines. I request that you would carefully review those guidelines from these groups and implement as many layers of protection as possible, and at minimum ask that masking for children 11 and younger be mandatory, as those ages are not even eligible to be vaccinated. And I would like you all to strongly encourage masking for all others, even if it's not mandated, it would be strongly encouraged. And if there are not at least some level of layers of protection, I will feel compelled to homeschool my kids for this year, which I don't really want to do, but I need to keep my kids safe. Thank you so much for all that you do in making these difficult decisions, but please ask that you follow the CDC guidelines and the American Academy of Pediatrics. Thanks again. This is Nancy Gonzalez.
Hi, my name is Debbie Proctor, and my son goes to Seminole Ridge High School. This is under the topic BD3, face mask coverings. I do not believe the kids need face mask coverings, and if you do put the face
mask coverings mandatory, I will pull my son out of school. The kids have suffered enough this year with the masks, not being able to socialize, see other kids' faces, smiles, laughs. This is child abuse. There's no studies that show that the mask help. In fact, there's more studies that show you can get sick from the mask with various types of bacteria. The vaccine is in play now. Everyone can get vaccinated. There's no need for a mask. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tom Pereverzoff. I'm the father of 2 students in Palm Beach County. I'm talking about subject Bd3. I believe that we should follow all the doctor's advice and the science advice and keep our children safe. The American Board of Pediatrics just came out and said that all students should be masked fully and social distances applied. We want to send our children to school safely. We must abide by these guidelines. Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Casey Barnes. I'm calling on Bd3. I'm a mother of 3 children, and I'm calling in regard to the upcoming school year regarding masks. I want to start off by saying I am strongly against masking my children moving forward. I am pro-choice, so that parents want to mask their children, so be it, because that is their choice. But you have to give me mine. My children and I went along for an entire calendar school year following your rules and your mandates. Moving forward, I'm going to take back my God-given parents' rights and take control over what I think is in the best interest for my children when it comes to their physical, mental, and overall well-being, especially when it comes to their health. My number one priority as a mother is to protect my children from harm's way. Masking my children 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, breathing in their own carbon dioxide is extremely dangerous to them, especially when it comes to children who have a 99% survival rate and are the least vulnerable of contracting COVID-19. You all empower you to take accountability and do your own research. Have some basic common sense. Read up on the new Stanford study. It's a highly accredited study that has proven that masks are ineffective and do not help prevent us from virus respiratory illnesses. The evidence it backs up proves all of the harm masking causes and what it's doing to our youngest generation. It's quite disturbing. There are other ways to help reduce the spread of COVID. Masking is just not one of them. I would love to tell you, but I only have 3 minutes. So again, do your research. I have currently not re-enrolled my children for the upcoming school year based upon the lack of trust and faith I have in you board members. You all seem to be on different pages when it comes to this issue and other issues. It's worrisome to me as a parent. So based upon today's meeting and the plan moving forward, I will decide if it's in my child's best interest to return. I do hope we can return. That is my plan. But the minute a mask mandate comes back into play, I will immediately pull them, and I will not return. I hope you guys can get it together and do what's in the best interest for my children and all of the children. Because isn't that why we're all here? Isn't that why you guys were all elected to be here? Please, if we can just return to a normal school year, give them the normal childhood that we all had and that they deserve. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brielle Emily, and I am speaking on agenda item BD3. I urge you to end the mask mandate in schools. It has been over a year now, yet you insist on wearing masks for your safety. There have been plenty of studies saying otherwise, but you refuse to take them into account. So many students have struggled with this mandate in the past year and won't put up with it any longer. It has taught younger kids an unsanitary way of life and older students to be insecure with their faces and report on their friends who do not follow the mandate. I have seen so many unhealthy changes in my friends due to this mandate, and I'm more than ready for this to end. Please take this message into account and end the mask mandate today. Thank you.
Hi, I'm speaking about the agenda topic about mask wearing for children. My name is Kelly Hutchison. I'm a part of the Unmask the Kids in Palm Beach County Facebook group, and I'm a former teacher. I am currently a child counselor and completely mortified that we are even still discussing the option of children of all ages to wear face masks for 6 hours a day against their will and against their will of that of their parents. We are not a group of parents who are against masks. We are a group of parents who are against the blanket mandates of masking children. It should be up to the parent to make the decision with their pediatrician. This is a medical decision that needs to be made between the pediatrician and the child's parents based on the medical history of each individual child. The parents will sign a waiver knowing the risk that they will not wear their mask if necessary. It is unhealthy, unsanitary, and dangerous to their physical health, not to mention their mental health. Without mincing my words, what you are doing is straight up child abuse, and you should all be reported to the Department of Children and Families for abuse. When our children ask for breathing breaks at school, they are denied access to fresh air and disciplined accordingly. They're getting referrals, lunch detention, and they're even having to hide in nasty bathrooms to grab some fresh air. Let me repeat that. Our children at school are asking for breathing breaks. Our summer school kids are in this heat, in masks, and they are denied, and then they get in trouble. The masks have removed a crucial sense of interpersonal connection that provides the magic in learning. Seeing their face light up when they get it is everything, and there's no more of that connection. They can't smile with their friends. They're not even adults. They're children, and their lungs have not been developed. They are vulnerable and innocent. They are not sanitary with these masks. They're still learning about social norms, and they're missing out on all of them. The kids chew on their masks, sneeze in them, lick them, sweat in them, play in them. No matter how often they're reminded, they still eat them. They use them to wipe their boogers after they sneeze and then plaster that nasty bacteria Petri-filled dish over their face for hours, and they're gaslit to think that this is normal. They cannot learn like this because they can't understand the teacher and the facial cues given by their instructor. I can't for the life of me imagine how inhaling air through a cloth soaked in sweat, mucus, and saliva is deemed to be healthy for a child's growing body and lungs, not to mention their mental health. They even swap their masks. Many students are opting for virtual last year because of the mask mandates, but they do not have that option next year, so you must make it optional for all families unless you bring back the virtual option. We have been forced to withdraw our son from public school and opted for private because of these insane mask mates, but we won't have that option in the fall. Please let families decide for themselves what is best for their child and be done with this child abuse once and for all.
Hi, my name is Tom Collins. I'm calling about board item Bd3. I'm calling to ask the board to please keep the mask mandate in place. I have sons going into 2nd and 5th grades at Palm Beach Public Elementary. The Delta variant is causing cases to rise. It's much more infectious, and so our kids are probably at more risk than ever. They aren't able to get vaccines yet, so let's let them continue to be able to protect themselves in the only way they can, which is with masks and with careful distancing measures. It would just be a travesty for kids to get sick at this point because we let our guard down a little too soon. If anything, we should keep this mandate in place until the vaccines are available for children of all ages. Thank you so much, and really appreciate your support.
Hi, my name is Shayna Latulip, and I'm speaking on item BD3. I have 3 school-aged children in Palm Beach County. I find the push for more control over our children reprehensible. We as parents have a fundamental right to privacy. An intrusion of privacy in regards to medical decisions or child rearing and defining relationships places the burden on the state. This justification must be under the highest level of scrutiny. Considering the school district of Palm Beach County is headed up by students and parents of Palm Beach County, it is strongly advised to carefully respect the right of privacy of each family. Being divisive as a sitting school board will not empower our community to prosper as a family unit. The sanctity of the family unit must be preserved, and therefore the parents' rights must be respected and observed. There is a strong correlation between the science and the lack of safety of masks. We have seen the deterioration of children's mental and social health due to the last year in masks. We also have seen numerous studies that masks are unable to obstruct the very small particle, which is the COVID virus. Recently, the Journal of the American Medical Association published a research letter showing a correlation between the age of mask wearer to amount of increased carbon dioxide in the inhaled air. To summarize, the younger the child, the more carbon dioxide within their inhaled air, and it reached an unacceptable level deemed by German Federal Environmental Office within only 3 minutes. And the younger the child, the higher the level. We don't know the effects of this, if any. However, this choice would reside under a parental privacy right and choice of masks for our children. Most recently, a study in JCI Insight found that children may have a stronger antibody response than adults to the COVID virus without showing any symptoms of infection. Natural immunity has always proven to be stronger than any man-made immunity. However, this also can reside under the parental rights to privacy on medical decisions for our children. Since we cannot know who has built immunity, perhaps a majority of children, then the burden of proof to infringe on parental rights is not fulfilled. In summation, I would like parental rights to be on the forefront of your minds as decisions for our next year is made. Infringement upon these rights must have a burden of proof relayed to the parents. I strongly support parental choice in all matters of my child's health, including but not limited to mask wearing. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashley Poulette. I have 3 school-age children going into Palm Beach County schools. I'm speaking about topic BD3. I am strongly encouraging the board to make masks optional this year. My healthy children do not need to be masked anymore. It is proven that they are at very low risk for this disease. And I have a freshman, a 5th grader, and a 4-year-old going into DPK. And I am very, very adamant that they will not be wearing masks this year. So if it is a mask mandate that you passed, I will be looking for other options. I will be looking at Florida virtual or something else for my children. They will not go to another school year masked again. So I really, really strongly encourage the board to make this optional. If parents feel their child is at risk or they're more comfortable with their child wearing a mask, then so be it. They're allowed to send their child with a mask, but it should be the parent's choice. It should not be the board's choice. And we should have that option, whether we want our children to be stuck in a mask for 8 hours a day with bacteria and who knows what else is on it. It's not sanitary, it's not effective, and it's proved there is no scientific evidence to prove that these masks do anything except for worse things to our children and cause illnesses that they don't need. Please, please, please consider making this optional. It is my plea to the board. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Naomi Hoffman. I'm the parent of a student at Dreyfus High School in Palm Beach County, and I'm calling to ask at minimum that we have students and teachers and staff of the schools masked coming up in the fall due to the huge rise of COVID cases in our state and in our county. Thank you.
Hi, I'm calling in regard to the mask discussion item BD3. My name is Karen Stryker. There is an uptick of infections of the coronavirus, and that is a concern as school opens. The CDC unequivocally stated that unvaccinated people, including children under 12, should continue to wear face masks while at school and to continue to maintain at least 3 feet distance apart. The board needs to mandate that students under 12 and unvaccinated people be required to wear masks when school reopens for the benefit of our entire community. I thank you for hearing my concern, and I hope that you will take this into consideration and mandate the mask requirement. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Hello, my name is Riley Adams. I'm speaking on Agenda BD3. These are the rules that you enforce. I will state them for you. Implement multiple COVID-19 strategies. Social distancing, cloth-based coverings, and use of cohorting. Social distancing so that you can't walk with your friends. Cloth so you have a hard time talking and a gross sweaty face. Oh, and I forgot. Cohorting so you never talk to anyone else in the school other than your group. Communicate, educate, and reinforce appropriate hygiene and social distancing practices in ways that are developmentally appropriate for students, teachers, and staff. Communicate all the time by yelling at students. Educate them that that's the way people are supposed to act, and reinforce doing all of that with fear. Maintain healthy environments, cleaning, disinfecting, frequently touch surfaces so that everyone will hate the smell of school and chemicals get all over everything. And when I forgot about parents who aren't even allowed to go in school, not to mention the teachers and workers who don't want to wear cloth on their face, who don't want to yell at all the kids. All of this is circling around, making everyone sad except for you, who are sitting down and gaining more and more power from it. Wow, you're doing such a great job creating a safe and happy environment. Just stop the fear-mongering and take off the mask mandate. Let the kids be happy. Thank you.
Hi, I'm speaking on agenda item BD3 regarding mandatory masking. The American Academy of Pediatrics has just recommended that all students wear masks in the classroom. The Palm Beach County school system has not provided for any of the other mitigation possibilities within the classroom. Our students need to be protected. Florida is leading the nation in new infections. We have 20% of the new COVID infections, most of which are from the new Delta variant. We cannot discern which students, even over the age of 12, have been vaccinated. Therefore, all students, especially those under the age of 12, need to wear masks and need to be protected. Other nations have done this quite successfully with students over the age of 2. Our students can do this. We must protect them. They must wear masks for their own sakes and for the sakes of those in our county who cannot be vaccinated due to medical reasons. And the incidence of breakthrough COVID infections is increasing, but we must protect our young people. Thank you. My name is Sandra Levitt. I'm a longtime Palm Beach County resident.
Hi, I am calling based on a regular board meeting agenda item, the school mask policy that will be discussed at tonight's meeting. My name is Courtney Cornick. I have a 6-year-old daughter who will be starting first grade at Calusa Elementary in August. I just wanted to voice my opinion that I would prefer she not wear a mask this school year. I don't agree that the mask policy guidelines put out last year have been successful. In fact, I think they've actually worked against a lot of the students and children based on the actual number of COVID cases infecting our young children versus their academic success. I do feel that it's more important that we allow them to breathe and to see the verbal cues from their teachers and as well as express their own, especially at such a young age. where they're at the least risk as far as the COVID procedures can happen. I do feel that they are going to be more beneficial in the long run because COVID, I think we can all agree, is not going to be going away anytime soon. Variants are going to continue to happen. So as a society, and this is just saying going forward, year after year, as all these variants occur, we have to come up with a better long-term solution than just masking our children every single year as the cases spike up. I don't think that they're going to necessarily ever go away. I hope that the spikes can result in less people getting infected as they get vaccinated. However, again, I just don't feel that our students should be wearing masks at school, or it should not be mandatory at this point. Parents, get the right to choose because this is our own risk that we are taking. Thank you very much for listening.
Yes, good morning. This is Lori Naperstack. I am calling regarding discussion item BD3, and I feel based on the CDC regulations that the mask policy should be put back in place for all students and staff for the coming new school year. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Shannon Carroll, and I'm calling to leave a comment for board meeting agenda topic BD3. I was calling to urge the board to follow the guidance established by scientists and immunologists at the CDC and the American Academy of Pediatrics and reinstate our school's mask mandate for unvaccinated children for the fall. Masks work best when everyone wears them, and we're currently in the midst of a dramatic COVID spike powered by the highly contagious Delta variant. Masks will help our children stay safe until vaccines are widely available for children of all ages. Thank you for your consideration and your commitment to safety and to science and to the well-being of our children.
My name is Alexis DeLuca, and I am calling regarding the general meeting agenda item BD3, that's Beta Delta 3, and the reopening plan for our schools. I am calling to voice support for the reopening plan as presented by Dr. Fenoy on June 23rd. Reopening schools in accordance with this plan is the only way to move forward with the mission of educating our children. I don't see any way for the school board to oppose this plan or any portion of it and still be in alignment with its vision statement. The statement ending ironically with, "We see you." But how can you see my child if she is wearing a mask? How can you affirm equity for children of all income levels while also requiring they spend money to purchase disposable daily masks or spend money to wash reusable masks every day? This burden would not be equitable. I don't see any way for the school board to oppose this plan or any portion of it and still be in alignment with its equity statement. You state you will take ownership of students' social, emotional needs and dedicate resources to supporting underrepresented voices. Well then, right now, the mental health pandemic created by a hyper-response to COVID-19 should be the focus of your priorities. COVID-19 has not only a very high survival rate, but also a very high recovery rate. On the other hand, recent studies affirm heightened instances of deteriorating mental health in children, specifically those in high-risk categories like the LGBTQ community. These developing mental health issues are likely to last far longer than a COVID illness and could have far more severe consequences for the entire student community. I urge the school board to align its actions with its words. Do not virtue signal with your pretty statements about caring for our students and caring for equity. Put actions behind those words. Show your commitment to allowing my child's face to be seen and recognized by her teachers. Show your commitment to equitable access to education by allowing all children to attend school as free people. Show your commitment to underrepresented communities by allowing them unimpeded access to the sports and clubs that permit them to shine, showcase their unique talents and abilities, and feel a sense of purpose and pride and community. Any modification to the reopening plan of June 23rd would be a clear signal that this board is not, in truth, committed to its own statements. It would be a clear signal that our students do not matter, that equity does not matter. Show us it does. Approve Dr. Fenoy's plan as written. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Fuchs, and I am calling to speak on board meeting agenda item BD3 in support of a mask mandate for our schools. As a parent of 2 Palm Beach County public school students in elementary schools in Jupiter, I ask all of our school board members to please mandate masks for students in the fall. Young children below the age of 12 are not yet eligible for the COVID vaccine, and the science is clear that they must wear masks to be protected. COVID cases are increasing at an alarming rate right now, particularly in Florida, and we have a responsibility to protect our students and staff. Please follow the current recommendations from both the CDC and American Pediatric Association and require masking for our kids while they're indoors at school. Remember that our children's lives depend upon your good decisions. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Marie Zwicker, and all 4 of my sons went to Palm Beach County schools. I understand that the school board is having a meeting today to consider changing the mask recommendations. My concern is the upsurge in the virus in Florida, and all the children who are under 12 are unable to be vaccinated. These children especially must be protected. We must do everything we can. If it requires reinstituting the wearing of masks, if it requires spatial seating, whatever needs to be done to protect the children needs to be done. Thank you very much. We lived in Palm Beach County for over 35 years. Again, all my 4 sons went to Palm Beach County schools. The children must be protected. My name is Marie Zwicker. Thank you so much for the opportunity to comment.
My name is Logan Severin. I am 7 years old. I hate wearing a mask, and I don't want to wear them this year. Thank you.
This is Marisa Severin, mother of Logan Severin. I gave permission for Logan to speak today on behalf of himself and his younger sister, who will be in kindergarten, and he will be in 1st grade. We do not support mandatory masking next year. We are not anti-mask, but we do want to have parent choice and the option for our children not to be masked for the 2021-2022 school year. Thank you. This is for agenda item BD3. Thank you.
My name is Ann Irwin. This is in reference to agenda topic BD3. My daughter is 9 years old at Bings Forest Elementary, and I have a son at Wellington Landings going into 7th. I'm calling to ask that you require all students to wear masks when classes resume next month. In light of the recommendations from the American Academy of Pediatrics and the CDC, I believe it's the only approach that will allow classes to resume safely. When we send our children to school, there is an expectation that they will be kept safe while on school grounds. Many of our children aren't old enough yet to be vaccinated, and it's your job to keep all of our children safe, including those kids whose parents have chosen not to vaccinate. And with full classrooms this fall, there will be no option to distance. There is no virtual option. The Delta variant's increased transmissibility will no doubt cause many of our children to fall ill and bring the virus home to anyone who is vulnerable. Please make the only responsible choice and require masks in our schools. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Wendy Amato. I'm a parent whose child attends a public school in Palm Beach County. I want to emphatically say that I would like that the school district follow the science and follow recommendations by the CDC as well as the American Pediatrics Association in recommending that children go back to wearing masks until all children can be vaccinated and can return safely to schools. I would like, after the last school board meeting when I was assured that there would be no changes, and that did not happen, the school board absolutely buckled to the lunatics that showed up and screamed, did not follow the rules. The The meeting went on till all hours of the morning. My message was not read at the meeting. The wishes of the silent majority, not the loud minority, were followed, and there was unrest for the last 6 weeks of school, and just because all of the parents who did want to follow the science didn't show up and make a scene and break the rules, were not there in person. So I don't know what else needs to be done, and I understand that the loud minority is looking to do that again this evening. I hope that the board will once again follow the science and listen to scientists and not the lunatic parents who have no idea what they're talking about as they scream and go on and on with their uneducated responses. But I hope that the board will stand firm and follow the recommendations of both the CDC and the American Pediatrics Association and recommend that school children return with masks in the fall until all children can be vaccinated. It's the best way to ensure that all of our children and staff can remain safe until everybody can be vaccinated. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Allison Preversoff. I'm calling on BD3. I would like to ask the board to please consider the recent recommendation of the American Academy of Pediatrics for universal masking, along with a layered approach of social distancing and hand washing and contact tracing will also be implemented at the school level. I have 2 children in the elementary ages who are not yet eligible for a vaccine, and I would like to keep them safe, as well as all the families in our area with the new highly contagious Delta variant of COVID-19. Thank you so much for your consideration.
Hello, board members. My name is Chelsea Packard. I'm a concerned parent of a child in Palm Beach County School, speaking on item BD3 at the regular board meeting. I want to start by saying CDC data indicates that children under 18 have a 99.998% COVID recovery rate with no treatment. This is in contrast to over 45,000 deaths and adverse events following the vaccine injections. Just to remind you, the CDC and American Academy of Pediatrics is funded by Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and other big pharma. I'm asking that you please show us tangible data and proof to substantiate any proposed policies surrounding mask mandates in the fall. I'm also asking that you change the wording from your emergency COVID policy on masks, or when you're making reopening policy for the school district fiscal year 2021 to 22, that the policies say all students must. Change that to say all students are encouraged to wear a mask and give us a choice. Have you all ever had to wear a mask for 10 plus days consistently? In social media, you're very lax in your personal lives and professional conferences. Reinstating masks would mean kids on the bus and in after-school care would have to wear them for 10 plus hours. I challenge you to wear it that long. I bet you can't. You as adults get to have the choice to have a mask break whenever, wherever. With a continued mask mandate, kids don't get that choice. They're coerced from positions of power to keep masks on for fear of retribution and punishment. I refuse to listen to my child cry and argue with me when I tell her that she can take her mask off at recess or at mandatory mask breaks. She cries and says the teacher will yell at her. I believe masks could be optional. For those who want to have their kids wear a mask, let them. However, if it's a choice between segregating mask and non-mask classrooms, please allow for the segregation, because that means we get a choice. If not, please make virtual learning classrooms again so that we can keep our kids home and safe. This would give us a choice. I'm paying taxes for my child's education, yet pursuing other options. This is unethical and unconstitutional to mandate masks in the fall. Mass learning is not normal learning. Kids are breathing their own carbon dioxide for over 10 hours. I've seen the adverse effects on my own child, and we've sent you emails listing hundreds of other injuries from the masks. Many indoor extracurricular activities are no longer requiring masks in the county. There's not been a surge. People have the option to be vaccinated if they choose, and teachers can choose to be masked and vaccinated. Dirty masks are causing more health risks and issues than COVID transmissions. There will always be a new variant, just like the cold and flu, and we cannot keep running and masking each time the media says. Our children deserve more. I repeat, CDC data indicates children under 18 have a 99.9% COVID recovery rate with no treatment. I am asking you.
Hi, my name is Amy Frost. I'm commenting on agenda B as in boy, D as in dog, 3, regarding masks, optional masks in school for this fall. I am a parent of an elementary age child as well as a middle school child. My husband and I are both vaccinated, and we are both currently recovering from the Delta variant. I'm calling because we received or contracted the Delta variant from another vaccinated person. As you all know, the Delta variant represents about 83% of all COVID cases now, whereas 2 weeks ago it was only 33%. We were virtual last year because my youngest son has asthma. The good thing about being vaccinated and having this variant is that it has protected us from being hospitalized. It has protected us from severe illness. And I do believe that the viral load that we passed to my unvaccinated 9-year-old was much lighter than if he had contracted it from an unvaccinated person. And another good news, my 12-year-old who is fully vaccinated has tested negative 3 times, so the vaccine seems to be helping him. The point of this is that this variant is spreading like wildfire, and if it's breaking through the vaccine, unvaccinated people, especially children, are going to be spreading this very, very quickly and are going to be very, very sick. It is just not fair and almost negligent to children who are not old enough to receive the vaccine to not protect them and require masks. I think at this point we need to follow the experts. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends masks in school this fall for vaccinated and unvaccinated children. I will say, as a vaccinated person who has been extremely careful during this pandemic, we were with a friend. This was not contracted any other way. This variant is very strong. So I would request that we follow what the experts are saying, and we make masks mandatory. We really need to protect these kids, and there are a lot of kids out there with underlying health conditions who do not have the virtual option this year through our school district. So please consider making masks mandatory. Thank you.
Agenda item BD3. My name is Morgan Busili. I can't breathe when I wear a mask. It gives me headaches, and I don't want to wear one again.
Hi, my name is Joanna Millon, and I am calling for agenda BD3. I to ask that we mask wearing for our school-age children optional and the parents' choice, not the school board's choice. The teachers, their staff, or anyone else that is fearful of contracting COVID have that option at this point to receive vaccines or to wear N95 masks. And I feel that it's best for our children and their families to have the options as to whether they'd like to be masked or not. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Karen Bischoff. I am calling to speak on item BD3. I have
the mother of a Boca Middle incoming 7th grader. I am also a COVID long hauler. I have been sick for 16 months after getting sick while working as a firefighter paramedic. I have now been diagnosed with many lifelong chronic conditions without a cure at this time. And I am the founder of the COVID-19 Long Hauler Advocacy Project. I am right now responsible for a lot of the advocacy work going on surrounding long COVID. I have been recruited by the NIH as a patient expert on long COVID, and we are helping them develop their first study that they got from the $1.15 billion from the NIH for long COVID research. I just have to say that what's going on right now is extremely important for people to pay attention to. We are seeing even those who are vaccinated come down with breakthrough infections, much more than what we're seeing on TV. The study out of Israel shows that Pfizer itself is 64% effective against the Delta variant. Many of our children are not even vaccinated. We know that at this point, long COVID is affecting anywhere from 1/3 to 2/3 of those who get infected. 25% of children who get infected with COVID become long haulers. As parents, our responsibility is to protect our children. We buckle their seatbelts. We put floaties on them in the car. We take them to their yearly physicals. There is no reason that children should not be wearing masks, and every reason why they should be. We need to protect our children and those in the buildings with our children. There's no reason to not wear masks. It is a simple piece of cloth that goes over your face that can protect a life full of chronic illness and debilitating illness. These are your children. These are your students. We need you to step in and protect them, and we need you to follow common sense while the science catches up. We have an extremely contagious variant, and we need to take all precautions until we get that back under control and learn how our vaccines interact with new strains and variants. Thank you so much for hearing this, and please, please, please implement the universal masks. And
yes, I'm calling for the non-agenda. My name is Stephanie Cope, and I'm very concerned that about the masks, and I hope that they will make it optional. You know, I pick up my grandchildren every day from school last year or this year, and I watch the kids coming out. They don't have their masks on properly. Their hands are all over. And I'm very concerned about the germs that they have found in these masks at the end of the day, and it's very unhealthy. Not only that, my grandson gets such a bloody nose from this because he has a skin condition, eczema, and it's so his whole body is so dry, and it's just, I would hate to see them go through this again, and I'm very concerned for their lungs and their health. And I wish that there would be a study, that they would do more studies on the effects of masks on little children long term. So please, please make this optional for the parents to decide if they wear masks or not. Thank you so much.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Michelle Mitchell, and I am calling on the agenda topic for the board meeting BD3 in regards to the face masks. And I am calling to please ask that they remain optional for everyone for the remainder of the school year. I support medical freedom and the freedom of choice. And with all medical interventions comes risks and benefits. It should be up to each individual to decide if the risks outweigh the benefits. Forced medical devices have no place in a free society. Please do what is best for our children and keep masks optional. If we go back on the mandate, or if we mandate the masks again, unfortunately, I'm going to be forced to pull my daughter out, and that's not something I want to do, but unfortunately, that's the best option for us. Thank you so much, and I hope you take this into consideration.
Agenda BD3. is silly. I can't breathe when I wear a mask, and I don't like wearing a mask.
Hi, my name is Kelly DeForest. I have a child in Palm Beach County. I am calling in regards to the mask mandate for next year. I am asking that it be optional. Please do not make it mandatory again. These 4 children last year. It should absolutely be optional. Let the parents choose if their child needs to wear a mask or not. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Christina Manolis, and I am leading this message for the school board meeting agenda topic masks. Currently, people are out everywhere with no masks, including Disney World to sports games and movie theaters. Why would we make our children suffer hours every day at school wearing masks when all summer they were mask-free? As we have learned, obviously masks don't stop the spread of COVID itself. Instead, they make it harder to breathe, lower our immune system, and make kids sick from the germs and severe headaches and health issues. Have you seen how kids handle their masks at school? They toss them around, drop them on the floor, sweat in them, and continue to wear them for hours on end. In addition, it keeps them from concentrating and psychologically doing a lot of damage to our children when they can't even look over and smile at a friend. But guess what? Parents and kids that feel masks should be worn can wear them. We are not telling anyone what to do, but here to say it's our choice, not yours or anyone else's. I know thousands of families in Palm Beach County schools that will withdraw their children to either homeschool or send to private school if masks become mandatory again. Also, our Governor DeSantis said no penalties for people that don't follow mandates. So making masks mandated for schools will just make it hard on all our wonderful teachers and staff
and cause divisions in schools instead of unity. If you want to protect our children, start encouraging taking vitamins and eating healthy. Instead of providing masks in schools, provide free vitamins and share a smile with our children. No masks should be required because God gave us an immune system, and we will refuse to put masks on our children again. So keep this a choice and help our teachers and staff focus on growing our children's education instead of dealing with mask issues. Also, this pushback will only get larger by hundreds of thousands if you think for 1 minute that once the vaccine comes out, then masks can come off. For thousands of us believe we will not give an experimental vaccine to our children who have a 99.9% survival rate of the virus. We do not want to put them at risk, for we see thousands of people that have already died and been injured from the current vaccines. So again, this is our choice to each family. If someone wants to vaccinate their child, if someone wants to put a mask on their child, it's up to them, just like it's up to us, whether, and God bless our children.
This is Maureen Alvarez calling on the board agenda item number 3, board discussion, Robinson School Reopening Plan. Board, your job is to operate the free public education and manage the corresponding budget. You were not elected to make health care decisions for our children. Do you realize how your non-educational decisions have affected the mental and social well-being of our children? School historically has been a safe place away from real-world problems, a place to learn and make friends. However, your decisions, your non-educational decisions, have made and are making schools less and less of a safe place. You are making schools a place where your policies are causing anxiety and fear that takes over our kids' minds and bodies. The more you make decisions like that, the less you educate them and the more damage you cause. School must be pre-COVID normal. There are no other options. That's what our kids need. It is the parents who need to make the risk and benefits analysis or conduct the risk-benefit analysis for the children, not you. You must recognize that you are way out of your lane when it comes to anything other than how to use the district's budget. I don't care that one of you used to practice medicine on adults at the VA. No matter what your background, you have not examined my child, his friend, or their friends to determine the effects that your policies have, what they have done to our children. Your policies have flat out ignored the damage caused to kids this last year. The science has shown us that the children are not at high risk for disease with COVID. Your own dashboard and information showed you we did not have kid-to-kid transmission. Even Dr. Alonso repeated that more than once to county commissioners. But it's not because of masks. We all know that no one was policing the type and the effectiveness of masks worn at school, and it's not because of social distancing. We all know that kids were gathering and not social distancing the moment they got out of the school building. It is because, as studies have shown time and time again, the kids, even when infected, do not have a significant viral load, and if they are the few that do, they simply aren't affected by it the way adults are. Forget politics and your own personal agendas. Think about how and why it's better to emotionally harm children to avoid cold-like symptoms. Explain what gives you the authority to sacrifice our children to protect the adult that chooses not to get vaccinated for whatever reason, all the while knowing that science shows the child will not transmit to the adult. Think about why the agenda item refers to skyrocketing cases when cases, quote, unquote, does not mean disease and does not mean increased disease amongst children. I assure you, every single one of you would not have been elected to make parents. If the district does not go back to pre-COVID normal, it's time to invoke the 2016 statute and create your own district.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Collins. I'm calling about the item number Bd3. I am a parent and I have 2 young children, and I am calling wholeheartedly to ask you to please protect our kids come August. They need to be wearing masks in school. They all need to be wearing masks in school because if only a few do, it doesn't protect anyone. Our kids can't get vaccinated yet. We have no choice. And their doctors, the American Academy of Pediatrics, are telling us as parents that to protect them, the kids need to wear masks.
This is not a political issue. It's an issue of my children's safety. I need to protect them as their parent, and I need your help to do it so that they can go to school and be in class with their friends and learn how they're supposed to and be safe. Because viruses can have long-term impacts. I know because one of my children has hearing loss as a result of a virus that I got when I was pregnant. That's something she's going to have to deal with for her entire life. You don't know, and even the medical community does not know the long-term impacts of this virus yet. So I'm asking you to please use your head, use your heart. It is only logical to require masks in the fall going forward for this school year to protect our kids from a variant that ripped across other countries and is now unfortunately here in the United States. Please, please require masks as the children return to school to protect your faculty, your staff, and our kids. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Eric. I'm speaking in regards to regular board meeting item 19 BD3 in regards to the update of the school reopening plan. I just want to say, as a parent of 2 children in Palm Beach County schools, I'm shocked to hear that our school board is considering requiring masks for our kids again. This issue has already been decided on and also proven that it hurts our kids educationally, emotionally, and physically, as it also causes my sons to get nosebleeds, so masks should be optional. If someone feels more comfortable with a mask, they should be free to wear one. Similarly, if someone doesn't want to wear a mask, they should not be forced to do so. We live in the greatest country in the world and recently celebrated our independence earlier this month. One of the many reasons why our country is so great is that we enjoy our freedoms. But this freedom is what some people are trying to take away by requiring masks in our school, by some people who don't even have kids attending our schools. The Palm Beach County School Board should not require nor forbid masks. Instead, parents should be free to decide if they want their children to wear a mask or not. Thank you for your consideration in allowing parents to make the important decision on what is best for their own families. Thank you, and have a good day.